Is this good? No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is called Some Riddles Have the Answer Erased. I don't know what happened. I used to see him all the time, always looking like he was preparing for, in the middle of, rehearsing for a job interview. Construction, probably. Or forklift operation, maybe. Or just hauling and lifting. But his button-down shirt, canvas pants, work boots, always looking fresh and neat, ironed, clean. His hair was perfect. Thick as thatch, held down with the type of brill cream that ended right before the curl at the bottom, the free curl. Silver and full. Eyes of blue, not normally credible, not recollectively seen outside of cinema. I could never figure out why he was always hanging out at the library, keeping company with the homeless, while never looking homeless, never acting homeless. Always a folded newspaper section, a notepad, a pen. He would take phone calls on his cell phone, but politely, moving down to the unpopulated end where only loners sat, and even rarely at that. The globe revolved on its axis, the great world looking greater. When I saw him, when he looked up from a table, a plastic couch, his eyes always met mine, straight, direct. I never greeted him or smiled with my all teeth, only eyeball to eyeball. I could not explain why he was there every day, all day, and stand out in a crowd, but what a crowd. A crowd who threw their sandwiches down on the ground, bag and all, if the first few bites into the white of it revealed what they didn't want, bologna or peanut butter and jelly. A crowd who would amble back over to the library to spend the rest of the day under a roof, but would cut through the lawn of religious arts to get there, ruin it, as if they were too short on time to preserve the landscape like the rest of us. A crowd who would populate the computer lab, not searching for jobs, not reading the news, but playing video games, hour after hour, 8 hours a day between meal times at the mission. Or attempting to surf the web for pornography undiscovered until they were escorted to the exit by 2 members of security. I don't ever remember him in the computer lab. I'm not saying he wasn't there. I was there when I wasn't homesteading in genealogy, but I don't remember him there. I don't place him there. Certainly he would never belong in such nuisance and stagnation. Every time I saw him, perfect. Rugged, but perfect. Ready. Just hire me. I saw him last week by accident. I had overdues that I wanted renewed, and the fine paid off first, my account cleared. I checked my email before heading on to the post office on foot. I was about to leave and just looking around at the sunset, now faded, and the shade rays with a panoramic view on the 2nd floor. The bells of St. Mary's, the few hotels, the bridge. He swiveled around in his chair, looking back at someone who had spoken. Our eyes met, and I looked at my screen. His eyes were empty, unfocused. His dressing careless and not his own. A hooded sweatshirt in navy that looked slept in for about 2 weeks. His face, lax, expressionless, as if he'd given up the exercise of thinking. His hair messy. Behind him, a video game flashed neon on the screen. He turned back around. I left. I saw him today, outside the Triune Mercy Center, on my way to drawing class after lunch, saying goodbye to my neighbor still in my head. I recognized him right away. Impossible to miss. I was the only one at the stoplight. I tried to look busy, with a jumbo cup of iced tea, studying the emblem on my steering column, just in case he crossed in front of me. We did know each other, even if silently. Other cars showed up. He was talking to two other fellows dressed for the road. They crossed the other way. He turned at the concrete median and looked back at one of them. His hair was wild, crazy man's hair. His clothes loose and messy. He had two mismatched bags with him, one on each shoulder. Another person, another persona. You'd only know if you knew him before. All traces of order and good looks, manners, gone. His face, his eyes, his gait, empty, ambling. Where did he go? Where did he go wrong? Why could he hold out so long, only to end up with nothing? All those days, dressed and ready to go. I don't know what will become of you, I whisper in the silence of the empty car, and just as suddenly, my eyes and throat are full but mute, choking with futility, my chest empty and heavy at once. What will become of you? I echo, as my eyes become shiny in the daylight and my cheeks raw with the unknown. The light changed. I looked ahead and went.